What's going on, fellow spectators? I know that it has been such a long time in between each video that I've posted, but let me tell you, I have learned so much just in these first few videos that I've done, and I want to share with you guys just a couple of things real quickly before we get started in this next video topic. The first thing that I've learned is that, and I don't know if you guys have done this before, but it is so hard to sit here and talk to yourself in front of a camera, or really just to talk to a camera. I'm so used to having an audience in front of me and getting some sort of reaction or seeing facial expressions, and that way I can, tell whether the material I'm doing is working or not working. I can look out there and see, should I continue forward with what I'm doing, or should I change directions? And that by far is the hardest thing, is not knowing if what I'm putting out there is liked by you guys. And they say in the very beginning that the hardest thing to do is to pick up subscribers and to get noticed with, especially in YouTube. And so a big confidence boost would be likes and subscribes, getting subscribers. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. The second thing that I've learned is the amount of time and energy and hours that goes into each and every one of these videos is way more than I ever thought it would be. I thought I'd be cranking videos out just way more than I have been, and it takes a lot of time editing, researching, filming. There's just so much that goes into it. There's so much behind the scenes work that I didn't even realize when I started putting my first video together. And when you have, it's probably why it's taken me so long in between each video. So bear with me. I will get better. I'll get faster, and I will start putting more videos out there. With a full-time job, trying to be a good husband to my wife, a good father to my 2-year-old son. I want to do all those things, and I want to be good at making YouTube videos. So, I will get there. You just got to give me time to get better at it. And so with that being said, this video is going to be another coaching topic on basketball, and I'm just going to kind of stick with that theme for a while because that's kind of the direction I want this channel to go in, is coaching. And I'll do all sports, but basketball is what I know, so I'm going to start there with basketball and coaching. And with that being said, let's just get right into the video. Okay, so I wanted to make a video on defense because I feel like in basketball, really in most sports, the offensive side is glamorized and the defensive side is sort of just there, just exists. And defense makes up 50% of the game, and if you choose to ignore it, you don't stand a good chance of winning the game. And in order for me to kind of coach defense the best way, I thought, why not look for the best defensive team in the NBA? There's lots of ways I could do that. You could look at who has the most steals, who gives up the fewest points, the lowest field goal percentage to the other team. What I did was I like advanced statistics. I don't think it's the end-all be-all of determining who has the best defense, but I looked at advanced statistics, the defensive rating in particular, to determine for every 100 possessions, how many points does your team give up. And on this list, the number one team was the Milwaukee Bucks, 104.9 points per game. So after I found out that the Milwaukee Bucks gave up had the best defense according to this statistical category, I then looked at some of their recent games and saw this box score. We all know the numbers that James Harden has put up all year long. Just ridiculous, crazy numbers. We're going to focus on how Milwaukee slowed down James Harden. They didn't stop him, they slowed him down. They played a really interesting strategy. I've seen other teams try it. They've succeeded for a little while, but not for a whole game, to where they had the success that Milwaukee had. So we're going to see what they did. I wouldn't say that this is the greatest way to play defense. I wouldn't coach anybody to play defense this way on anybody else other than James Harden. But for the most part, Milwaukee did a fantastic job. They had a great strategy coming in. Houston made some great adjustments. Milwaukee made adjustments, right back. You guys have been waiting long enough. Let's just look at the footage. Okay, the first time James Harden is going to touch the ball is a little over 11 minutes in the first off of a rebound. And He dribbles up the court, and the way Milwaukee plays defense, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right here. The way that Milwaukee plays defense in this game, they have an effective strategy, you know, and I'll give them that, and it worked. They made him miss shots, but they're not gonna the Rockets and James Harden. They're not gonna, as you'll watch, they're not gonna miss the shots that you see them miss during this game. You know, let's say in a 7-game series, you know, since we're in the playoffs, they're not going to miss these shots every single game. Everybody has a bad game, and Milwaukee is a great defensive team. But, you know, and I'm not going to take away from what they did. They played James Harden, you know, tremendously. But I just want to show you kind of, you know, some of the things that I saw in this game that I don't know, I've, you know, that maybe some people didn't. So let's just kind of get this thing started. Houston is okay. As everyone knows, Houston is okay with quick threes. Most of the time you teach that's a bad possession. You want to move the ball and get a good look at the rim. In this first possession, you're going to see James Harden. I don't think he even passes the ball. There's going to be movement away from the ball. And James Harden, I think, just takes a step back three. And, I mean, and that's their possession. And he misses it, of course. It was a long three. Second possession, they come down. Now they start to play again on him, and they're going to send him to his right offhand every possession. I'm going to pause it here. Now you're going to see the whole game. I want you to focus on this. You're going to see Brook Lopez right here. He is going to back off the entire game. He's going to play off in the center off of James Harden and just wait for him to come. The other thing that I noticed that happened in this is you're going to notice, look at Giannis. He's just, everybody, look at this. Everybody is looking at James Harden. The entire Bucks team. Everybody's open for three, okay? And Houston just misses a lot of threes in this game. James Harden just causes everybody to collapse. So just another thing to kind of pay attention to. And James Harden kind of comes in and gets this nice floater because he's really good at that running floater. Next time down, okay, so Houston gets a steal. James Harden gets the ball. He pushes it on a fast break. He comes in, tries to go back to the left. Milwaukee scores, I think, on a free throw. And they come back down. They're pushing him right again. He tries to come back left. Can't go back right. Does the same floater. Doesn't make it this time. So the game plan is set. Look at how far they're going to play James Harden. They're going to play James Harden on his side, on his hip, the entire game. A lot of times they're going to end up playing behind him, and they would rather him take a layup as opposed to a three-point shot, which that's the part to me that's just crazy. Because there's adjustments to this, and Mike D'Antoni makes tremendous adjustments throughout this game, and I'll show you those as well. But again, you can see everybody is looking at James Harden again. Okay, so here is the first adjustment, as they've been playing on his hip this whole time. So they're going to just put everybody on the left-hand side. What they're going to do is, and I think this is a genius move by Mike D'Antoni. You're going to send Capella. Brook Lopez's job has been to step up. He's going to step up whenever James Harden drives in the middle. So they're going to take Capella. They're going to send everybody to the left and leave him far out. Capella's going to go all the way to the short corner. And when Brook Lopez comes up to defend James Harden, it's an easy dish for him to make. Okay, easy dish for him to make. And Capella gets another easy layup. James Harden makes a lot of good passes in this game. George Hill gets in the game, and now it's his job to stay on his hip. And George Hill just is the one who plays behind him a lot, goes in, and this time, let's kind of see if we can rewind that. Now, Brook Lopez, on this, he doesn't know what to do. They're running the same play. Everybody's is spread out to the left. Lopez is like, okay, now do I step up and give a layup to Capella, or Do I guard him and make Harden shoot the shot? He chooses to guard Capella, and guess what? Harden makes him pay. He says, "Okay, now you're gonna guard Capella. Well, guess what? I'm gonna shoot the layup." It's an easy adjustment. Now, I'm all for playing him, making him go right, but let him get that far into the lane. I mean, because look at what happened. Let's see here. How's the defense set up? Eddie House comes up. So again, same play. They've overloaded it. This is just a fantastic job that Mike D'Antoni did. Same play. Again, everybody's overloaded to the left. I think Ilyasova's in the game now. Does he step up to guard Harden? Does he guard Capella? Well, this time Milwaukee says, "Okay, well we have to make the adjustment. We'll bring one of our players down and stop Harden this time from driving." Well, that leaves Mr. House wide open for a three-point shot. And you will see that he buries it this time, but throughout the game they miss a lot of jump shots. So Harden gets the ball in the corner. James Harden hasn't even drove to the hole yet, and look how far Giannis is in the hole. He's under the basket. He doesn't need to come help until the ball hits the floor. The ball hasn't even hit the floor yet. Clint Capella's driving in. And just at least PJ Tucker, now he starts to drive. So I guess, so Giannis has to pick up Clint Capella. And he does. And they leave, and they're gonna gladly leave some shooters wide open, and they chose to leave PJ Tucker open a lot. And PJ Tucker, I think he's like a 38% three-point shooter. This play right here, again, he starts to drive. They're on his hip. They're gonna give it to him. Everybody collapses into a lane, and I believe it's Chris Middleton. He reads James Harden's eyes, and he dives in for the steal. Yeah, this time he dove in for the steal, got the ball, gets the fast break started. Playing him on his hip. I mean, look at, they're playing behind him. They give it to him. Again, because they're running the same play with everyone stacked to the left. They run this play where they have to send their own player down, and they're gonna have to leave the guy, leave him wide open for three. Last time he made him pay. This time he made him pay again. Here you go again. Harden's just gonna blow by him, and again the floater. I mean, most of the game is him just making floaters and passing the ball for three-pointers. I mean, he's just playing behind him. He's playing behind him. Goes in. Bad pass by James Harden. Playing on his left hand. Where's the defense? Everybody's looking at Harden. And Harden goes up again with a floater. Nobody stepped up that time. The third quarter is when it all breaks loose for Houston, Milwaukee, and Milwaukee just breaks ahead. And the game was pretty much over after the third quarter, and not much happened in the fourth. So we're going to see kind of what happens. Now Harden starts giving the ball up early, comes in. This is where he makes his 1-3, kind of step back in the corner. That's a good adjustment. They didn't go back to it the rest of the game, I don't think. Harden gets to the left hand and makes a good pass. They gave up the left to him. Do it again. Where's the defense? Yeah, they send him in. I mean, they just give it up. I mean, and he kicks it right off to Clint Capella, and Clint Capella gets the and one. So again, they're going to send him right. How are they setting up here? Okay, they're going to come and set a high screen and roll. Giannis has him covered. Capella's open. Try it again. Giannis chases him back up top. Now he covers him on his hip. Can't get the shot off. So Eric Gordon's forced to drive, and he gets his shot blocked. Just great defense. They forced other players to beat them, and those other players did not beat them. Again, another missed three. James Harden found the open man, and they're just not knocking down the shot. Finds PJ Tucker, who just airballed the three. He's giving his guys plenty of open looks. And then Eric Bledsoe is just killing them on the other end in this game. Swinging the ball back around, back and forth. PJ Tucker doesn't want anything to do with shooting the ball. And in this play, Eric Bledsoe, I think, does a really good job of denying James Harden the basketball. And when this happens, when you don't let James Harden touch the ball, you force the ball to get swung back to the other side. And when the ball goes to the other side, you force somebody else to make a play, and the shot clock starts to run down. They force up a bad shot, and what happens? Milwaukee doesn't rebound. Houston gets the ball back, and then James Harden gets the ball and makes him pay. And again, he makes him pay with another layup. Just a long rebound goes to Capella. James Harden comes out and gets the ball. They just give up the layup. Now you got James Harden walking up the court, not even looking to touch the ball, and Chris Paul has to create, and he does. So there you have it. That's actually the end of the third quarter. I didn't break down any of the fourth because the Bucks actually pulled away in the third and they never looked back. You can see that the final score was 108-94, and Milwaukee definitely did the damage in the second and third quarters. I hope you guys liked that video. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you have any ideas on any other videos that I should do in the future or anything that you would like to see me do, leave a comment in the comment section. I know that we are now in the playoffs, so I do plan on doing something during that time or on one of the games. You can leave a comment in the comment section if you have an idea on that as well. But as always, I enjoy doing this. The pleasure is always mine, and I will talk to you guys later.